What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 109, and we start today's episode off by seeing that Berahino was disappointed not to start the game against Manchester United in the last game of the last episode, which of course we won by 3-2, so we didn't really need him, obviously, unless he wanted to play centre-back in the last 10 minutes and make sure we didn't concede those two stupid goals. But even so, I decided to reward him with a start in this game against Everton at Goodison Park as we take him on in the Capital One Cup quarter-finals. Now, we are the 2 times winners of this competition. We won it over the past 2 years, so we are the current holders. So we'd like to win it again. We'd like to make it 3 years from 3. But as you'll see by my lineup, as you just saw a minute ago as well, it was a very weak side. And Everton did have a couple of changes themselves. Obviously, Browning coming in at centre-back as well. He's not a regular starter for them. But for the most part, it was a very strong team. Compared to ours, as you can see, we made lots and lots of changes. Yes, there are some really good players in there. Vestergaard, Mauricio, and Granit Xhaka as well. Obviously, Berahino and Carroll starting up top together, and Kim's had a good start to the season in the games we played him in. But even so, it was still quite a weak side. There were 11 changes because the Capital One Cup this year, not fussed at all. We got the Premier League, the Champions League, the FA Cup. We all want to do really well in. This one is not really a focus for us. So when Bruno crossed in for Lukaku to open the scoring here in the 36th minute, I was annoyed because the goal came through a personal individual error through me with Aaron Creswell, the left back there. I tried to fake shot out of trouble, and you should never do that when you are getting hounded by an opposition player, because if they make a challenge, they are going to be cleared to cross the ball in. And with a striker like Lukaku, so good in the air, the likelihood is he's going to score the goal. So Lukaku did make it 1-0 there as he opens the scoring. He out-jumped Mauricio there. So 1-0 to Everton, and it was my fault, that goal. I should not have given the ball away so stupidly with Creswell. But just a few minutes later, we tried to equalise here as a beta found Granit Xhaka. Xhaka was on the ball for us and played a brilliant ball inside towards side of Berahino, who shoots at the near post after taking on the last man. But Brad Guzan, the American goalkeeper, makes a save and keeps it at 1-0. And on the stroke of half time here, you can see us come forward again. Andy Carroll finding Berahino to Xhaka. Xhaka to a beater. Berahino is 1-on-1, and the shot is saved by Guzan, and the follow-up shot is again saved by Guzan. Not that he knew too much about it, and it was still 1-0. So really, that chance should have been put to bed, and we should have been back on level terms, but I messed it up, and it was still 1-0. In the 57th minute though, Leighton Baines is on the ball for Everton, and the left back takes hold of the ball and takes charge of the situation as he beats Patrick Robertson, crosses the ball in, picks out Ross Barkley, who heads it in, makes it 2-0 to Everton, but the young playmaker is denied by the offside flag. So Barkley, it was almost certain and adamant that he got the goal there, but as you'll see, he is just offside by a fraction as Mauricio stepped up in time, and Barkley can celebrate, but the goal will not stand. So still Everton 1, West Bromwich Albion 0, but to be honest, we did have quite a few chances in this game. We did have quite a couple of good opportunities, and from the free kick from the offside decision, you'll see another one created for us here as Berahino fake shots around Leighton Baines, and the experienced left back is not going to keep up with our young forward. He goes through and shoots, but the shot goes wide, and that sort of summed the game up. Berahino had most of the chances, but I didn't really look too clinical in front of goal. You know, usually when I go forward, I'm so composed, I know how to put the ball in the back of the net, but in this game, I just couldn't do it. And as Patrick Roberts comes forward here, he finesses the ball wide the post, and you can see it's a long distance away from the ball getting put between the sticks, because I just didn't do enough. And as you can see, Everton did indeed hold on for a 1-0 victory. They become only the second side to beat us this season after PSG in the Champions League, and we go crashing out of the Capital One Cup in the quarter-finals. So disappointed to lose the game through an error. I mean, that's never good at all to know that we only lost by a goal to nil, and the goal came through a mistake by me, because I can't blame it on any of the AI situations. It's all my fault because of the stupid decision with Creswell. But even so, I should have finished one of the chances as well, but I'm not too fussed. It's the Capital One Cup. We've won it twice in a row. It would be nice to win it again, but I want to do better in the other competitions like the Champions League, the Premier League, and hopefully for the first time since the first season, the FA Cup. Still, following that, we had a squad report, and as you can see by the title, I mean, amazing squad progression in today's squad report. As you can see, Joe Hart is up by 3 ratings since coming in. He's now an 85 rated goalkeeper. Well, I'm feeling like a bit of a god for that signing. Zambrano's up by 2, Sane's up by 1, Mauricio's up by 1. As you'll see as well, Ricardo Rodriguez is up to an 86 rated left back now. He's the highest rated player in the side. Look at those stats. Absolutely insane. And again, if you want to pause on a particular player, feel free to do so. and you can look at their stats in depth. Some of these players, the improvement they're showing is just so good. Henderson up by 2, Wilshere up by 2, Savanier, the left midfielder, is up by 1 as well. The 18-year-old growing quite nicely so far. Carroll is now an 80 rated striker, so he's up by 2 since coming in the summer. Niang is up by 3 ratings already this year. Lacazette up by 1. It's just awesome. Like, it's truly awesome, and I'm really enjoying this team right now because the fact that this season is got off to such a great start. 14 games in the league, 11 wins, 3 draws, 0 losses, 30 goals is pretty crazy in 14 games and only 7 conceded. 8-point gap over second place Stoke City already. It shouldn't be that much of a surprise to see how well some of these players are doing, but it is in the sense that, we've had so many growth issues in this career mode on its own. When you think of the players like Nastasic, obviously, Jordan Abita, Will Hughes being the one that most people will think of, it's been really annoying for us. But at the end of the day, this season we are seeing such great squad progression. It feels so refreshing to know that every single time I put a squad report out, there's always one player I can look at and say, oh, he's gone up by another rating. And I look at another one and say, he's gone up by 2. I don't remember him going up by 2. It's really good to know there's always some player that's making really good progression in terms of their attributes. And it's good to see, it really is, because I know that how much you guys love squad reports just like I do. So it's fantastic to know that every time I put one out, you guys are probably going to look at a player and see how much, how well they're really doing, to be honest. But still, we did decide to send our youth scouts out as well. I completely forgot all about them since the start of the season. I usually do it in the first couple of months, but I forgot all about it, so I apologise. It's been till December since sending them out again, so I apologise for that. I sent our English scout out to Italy, and I also sent out our Danish scout, who is our best scout so far, to England. So hopefully they'll pick us up some decent players, and again, I'm not sure whether we'll end up developing any of them, but it's another side of career mode that people like to see. So there you go. And we also take on West Ham United for the second and final game of today's episode here at Upton Park, otherwise known as the Bowling Ground, whatever you want to call it. But still, we take on West Ham, and as you can see by my lineup, it was a very, very strong team, because despite the fact we have been playing quite a few games in quick succession this year, most of the players have actually been okay in terms of stamina reasons, which is unlike our team. But still, the first chance was for in the 14th minute here as Kyle Walker crosses the ball in towards Niang. He wins the header, sort of, and it almost goes in, but thankfully for West Ham, the goalkeeper tips it over the bar. But how about this in the 25th minute? Winston Reid plays a lazy pass towards Fabinho. It's cut out by Carrillo. He rolls it into Lacazette, and as he goes through against the last defender, it is our former centre-back, Matija Nastasic, who takes down Lacazette. The Serbian has no complaints. It's a definite penalty. He gets a booking as well, and it is a penalty to us. So, stupid error from West Ham United there gives us a simple chance to score from the spot, and it is going to be Niang who will stand up and take it against the goalkeeper Spiegel, not sure how you pronounce that, and it's going to be Niang against the number 34 for West Ham anyway. Can he tuck the ball into the back of the net and continue his very, very good start to the season here in front of goal? It is Niang against Spiegel, one-on-one from the spot kick, and Niang comes out on top, as you'd expect, blasts the ball into the top corner, celebrates in front of the travelling fans as he makes it West Ham United 0, West Bromwich Albion 1. So obviously very glad to take an early lead in this game, and it's crazy, we've already been awarded so many penalties since the start of the season, but Nastasic couldn't complain about that one, and I'm glad that Niang did make him pay and score the penalty as well. So West Ham 0, West Bromwich Albion 1, but you'll see here in the 41st minute, West Ham had a really good chance to equalise, Enner Valencia finding Koyate out wide towards Mark Noble. He plays the ball inside, and the shot is saved by Joe Hart, and as we give the ball away stupidly, Maiga really should have scored, but ended up hitting the post, and we cleared the ball away. So a real let off there, as it almost gave West Ham a simple goal, but thankfully the shot hit the post and was cleared away. But from the throw in, West Ham take it quickly and play it backwards towards Potts, who has a pretty poor first touch, and as Carrillo intercepts, Lacazette's on the ball. It's a great chance for a 3-on-3. Lacazette finds Niang down the left hand side, takes on Nastasic, beats him easy as you like, picks out Lacazette, and Lacazette makes it 2-0. So 2-0 to West Bromwich Albion. Nastasic not having the best of starts to his game here against his former club, and Lacazette makes it 2-0. So those two as a strike partnership, so many goals between them already so far in this season, and it's been great to see. And really for us, it was just routine. Every single time we came forward, West Ham didn't look like they would be able to defend, and Lacazette got his 8th goal of the season there. So 2-0, but they couldn't really defend very well, but they were attacking quite well. And in the 52nd minute here, Fabinho's on the ball for him down the right hand side. He crossed the ball towards Yusuf Malumbu at the far post, and Joe Hart, well, how about this? He's just in so much confidence right now since the start of the season. Doesn't even catch that header. literally chests it down and then passes out of his feet and keeps it at 2-0. So pretty skillful from Joe Hart there. And in the 69th minute, Niang goes on a run. Really awesome run from Niang. A couple of fake shots to beat Winston Reid as well, but the shot is well saved by the goalkeeper and turned behind for a corner. So shame I couldn't complete that fantastic run there with the goal, but unfortunately not. Still 2-0 though, and West Ham, well, they did have a few chances, as I said, but other than that, I feel as though we definitely deserved to win this game and should have scored more goals, really. Danny Ings off the bench missed this golden chance when he went one-on-one in the 85th minute, but as you'll see, the last chance fell here in stoppage time. Rodriguez's free kick was well saved by Spiegel as he turns it behind for a corner, and it was how the game would finish as well. So West Ham 0, West Brom 2, very pleased to get back to winning ways after the disappointing loss to Everton as well, and another clean sheet to add to our ever-growing collection is always nice too. The squad's progressing really nicely, and the start to this season in the first half has been fantastic. But as always, guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode of Career Mode, then please leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.